Hello, and thanks for joining me for another live beer review, or re-live if you're watching it after the fact. So I've got a beer here I've had for quite a few months. It's called And the Crowd Goes Mild, a Baltic mild. This one's coming in at 7.4% ABV. Now for a mild, yeah, that's it's not a mild ABV for sure. But it's brewed in the way they brew Baltic porters. So it says here, Baltic porters originated in the Baltic region in the 19th century when people brewed English porters using lagering techniques. We've given this the Pomona Island, or I'm butchering that up anyway, the name of the brewery, treatment, taking a version of our classic mild recipe, fermenting it low and slow with the house lager yeast. And then it goes into tasting notes. Don't really want to go into that, but yeah. So it's along that kind of basis, really. This was canned in October, best before July, so we're all right there. I quite like the name of that. But yeah, again, it's 7.4, so is it a mild? I don't know. I was more curious by it, to be honest with you. So I've had this probably since about November in the fridge. So I'll crack it open and give it a try. See what it's all about. It's generating quite a bit of head actually, which is always pleasant. Leave a little bit like that for now. So we got a kind of a mahogany looking beer, if you like, real dark amber. Looks quite dark as you get up close, but you can see it's actually not proper jet black. It's got a one finger, slightly off white head, tightly packed bubbles, and some bigger ones around the outside, kind of deal. Yeah, there is some light coming through when you put it up to the light, but yeah, it's quite a hazy-esque beer. So let's get a nose on it, see what we get out of this one. It's been out of the fridge probably about 10, 15 minutes, maybe slightly cooler than what I'd want it. Kind of a lot of caramel, chocolate notes. That kind of thing. It might just be a little bit too cold, but I'm not getting any alcohol kind of whiff or anything like that. There's no like alcohol legs on the glass or that sort of deal. So let's give it a try and see what it's all about. So cheers, Brad. It's quite sweet, right at the front of the palate. So yeah, caramel, chocolate. Maybe some like raisiny type notes in there. Very clean, very easy drinking for the ABV. 7.4, you're not getting any of that. It's quite a low side of the medium body of the beer. A little bit drying, just then, just catching up on the palate. Cheers, Brad. Yeah, I can't be bothered with England. I'm not interested. The more I'm drinking it, the more kind of that caramel chocolate notes I'm getting. A bit like it's got that kind of similar thing to a Rolo. With a thinner body. I say it has been. It is they've done it the same way as a Baltic porter or Baltic porter, whatever you want to call it. It says sweet chocolate and caramel malts with a refined structure. Whatever that means. So thin body, basically. So these guys are out of Manchester, Pomona Island, and the crowd goes mild. I quite like the name, so I picked it up back in November. That's November. But yeah, been sat in the fridge. Quite tasty beer. I'm always quite interested to try different things. I've never had a mild from these guys before, so not it's technically a mild with a 7.4, but not your type of beer, Brad. No, fair. Milds aren't normally this kind of ABV, to be honest with you. They're normally in the 3.5 to 4 bracket, traditionally. They've certainly been coming up in ABV over the years, and certainly now we've been in the craft beer kind of age, if you like. They're doing, I mean, unfortunately, a brewery that's no longer around, Boxcar, they done a double dark mild and a triple mild. Not really milds, but tasty nonetheless. Hopefully they get sorted out in the future and get new premises and stuff. But yeah, back to this, the here and now. Any other information? Doesn't really say. They're out of Salford in Manchester. I've had a few bits and bats from them in the past. One or two stouts. Not had too many pale beers from them, actually. But yeah, store up dry, keep cold, drink fresh, vegan friendly, blah blah blah. Pour carefully, may contain sediment. So we don't know all that. Didn't really poured a one finger head not too long ago. Yeah, it's got a kind of a caramelly kind of look to the build. It's almost like a brown ale on camera, but it's definitely not that sort of thing. Some of the flavour notes are very similar, but it's more clean. It's a lot more cleaner. It's as I said, it has been lagered. They use their house lager yeast, so you are getting a bit of that kind of freshness, crispness that you wouldn't necessarily expect from a traditional mild. So there's quite a few things that are very different. Some of the flavour profiles are definitely mild-esque, but the body of the beer, the cleanliness of it, the drinkability, a lot more easy drinking on the palate. And again, 7.4. It's not really gonna, the purist would be like, it's not a mild. So either way, it's a tasty beer. 7.4. Yeah, gonna go ahead and sup on this for a little bit. So yeah, let me just the 7.4 is but it's been lagered basically, so it's not brewed traditionally, and obviously the ABV is not exactly where it should be for an actual straight up mild. Yes, Luke John, a live review, the second one actually. I've already done one. I'm gonna come back here in a little while with another beer. Okay, interesting. I'm not even going to start talking about football, but yeah, oh well. It's only England, so. But yeah, overall, a decent beer. I mean, these guys do produce a hell of a lot of beers. Every time you go on, like, I don't know. I mean, I got this at House of Trembling Madness in November, as I said. They've always got like 8 to 12 different cans or generally in that kind of ballpark from this brewery. So they produce a lot of beers. Obviously, this beer probably won't be around now. They might rebrew it in the future. Who knows? I think they do rebrew certain things, so you never know. I just saw it. Oh, mild from these guys. So let's go ahead and give it a try. No, it's brewed the same way. It's basically it's as I've said. I'll read it again. So Baltic porters originated in the Baltic region in the 19th century when people brewed English porters using lagering techniques. We've given this the Pomona Island treatment, taking a version of our classic mild recipe, fermenting low and slow with our house lager yeast, sweet chocolate and caramel malts with a refined structure. As I say, refined means more of a the body is not there really, but then it is a mild, so they haven't got much of a body traditionally anyway. But yeah, nice looking beer, tasty beer, something different. A bit like my beer earlier. So there you go, something different. Anywho, thanks for joining me on this live. I will sort out a thumbnail at some point, but my daughter's on the messenger with mother-in-law and stuff, so my phone is not here at the minute. So when it is around, I'll get a thumbnail. So give me about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, and I'll come back with another beer, and see where we go. I might go for a pale beer now next, and then maybe a stout a bit later. Anyway, cheers for watching now, and thanks for watching after the fact as well. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.